fez. I wear a fez now. Fezzes are cool.
Okay, so due to popular demand, I have so many people asking me about how I got range and strength up with 31 prayer. So I'm going to finally answer questions, and I guess I might as well make a guide out of it. So firstly, you want a quest. In order, I would start with attack, then prayer quests, and then myth gloves. This doesn't have to be in that order, you can do it anyway. But the attack quest that you mainly got to do: Mountain Daughter, Vampire Slayer, Tree Gnome Village, Grand Tree, Fight Arena, and Waterfall quest. As soon as you've done them, it should take you to 46 or 47 attack, and then you just got a few left to train to your 50 or whatever you're going for. And then the prayer quests, there's a few optional ones and a few ones that you have to do. So the ones that you have to do, the rest is Ghost, Priest in Peril, and Mountain Daughter again, same as attack quest. And the optional ones that sort of help you get a little bit of extra XP and a few extra quest points is Ghost Ahoy, Recruitment Drive, and another slice of ham. Also, because I'm that kind, I've put the link to the Myth Gloves quest guide on screen and in the description, so go and have a look at that. Okay, so now once you quested, you want to get yourself over to Camelot. So you want to go all the way up here, and basically you want to go to this charter ship just here in a sort of northwest Relica. Okay, so once you're here, you will see this guy called Jarvold. You have to talk to him. You won't have this travel option like I do. You got to talk to him, go through all the options until you get the travel option. Right click travel, and it costs you 1k. You just say yes, and you go down and here. Once you are here, this is called Waterbirth Island. You need to walk west. If you can get this space, if you can get this rock crest spot, in my world it's free, sort of. There's a guy here, but he can have it. You want to stand just here, right on this little tip. You want to turn your auto retaliate on, and you literally just AFK for as long as you like. If this spot is full, most likely it will be full. You want to go over to this spot where this guy is, and stand just there, and there'll be two crabs that spawn there and there. You literally just do this until you are 60 of both stats. Okay, so now you have 60 of range or strength. This is, you know, sort of a variation. You don't have to get 60. You can get higher, you can get lower. It's just whenever you want to start AFKing, really. Of course, rock crabs is quite AFK, but going by efficiency, I would recommend about 60, 65, 70ish, around that sort of combat. You start to move to Nightmare Zone. Okay, so this part of the guide is probably the hardest part, so if you was going to listen at any part, then this would be where you should pay close attention. So, the idea of this part that we're doing is getting your first 2,500 Nightmare Zone points. How are we going to do this? First, we got to put 2k into our coffer. That budgets, that sort of settles the normal rumble floor. So now we've got 2k on our coffer. As you can see, we need to right click on our Dominion Onion guy and just choose Rumble Normal. Okay, as soon as we've chose that, we need to go into here, drink a potion, and click accept. Alright. Once you're in here, it will take a couple of seconds before some monsters start spawning. But when they just do start spawning, just you know, don't panic. Put your praise up, and the idea here is just to get as many things killed as you can in one event, really. If you can get the 2,500 points in one event, by all means go ahead. But I think you might need 2, 3, maybe even 4 events. So as you can see, I got just over 2,500 points in one floor, which was really quite lucky actually. And I was doing quite a bit of running around, so I had only one monster on me at a time. But I have quite high strength and attack, so you know, I doubt very much that you'll be able to do that many points in one floor. But as you can see, now I have my 2,500 points. What I'm going to do is I'm going to buy 1 absorption potion and 1 overload potion. Okay, once I have that, I need to go over to my barrels. So I get 1 out and I get 1 out. Okay, so this is where the guide starts, I guess. What I have to do now is I have to find a booster. A booster is a person that is just standing around, normally accepting 18 or 20k, and you sort of get to know which ones are legit and which ones are not. But at first it's just a sort of a test to see, you know, who's good. I think I've used this olive juice guy, so I'll trade him. And once you traded him, you just say to him normal. He will then set you up a normal floor. Sometimes they don't listen because they're bots, but he'll set you up a normal floor, which means that you only get 5 of the monsters because he's done only a limited amount of quests, rather than I've done a full amount of quests, which means I would get a whole wide range of monsters. Okay, so once you're in, you want to just spam click your Dwarven Cake. You could either guzzle it or you could eat it. I'd recommend guzzle for the first few, and then as you get closer to your 51 HP, we're going to stop there. So just keep watching your HP. As soon as it gets to 52, 51, you need to stop. Okay, so as you can see, mine's 51. I'm going to flick my prayer. I'm going to drink my overload. This now takes me down to 1 HP. Okay, as you see. And now I want to stay at this HP. So you want your quick prayers set. As long as this one is on, you're fine. Okay, which is your rapid heal. If you need to click this once every, I would say, 10 seconds. What this does is it sort of negates the effect of your HP rising. As soon as you're 1 HP, you need to drink your absorption potion, so you have 50 absorbs, which is 50 hits. Ideally, after multiple number of invents, you'll get you get more points and able to buy more absorption potions and last longer, really. As you can see, the monsters aren't hitting me anything, and I'm just gonna flick against them. Also, another little tip: if you want to get them in a line, so only one's attacking you at the same time, you just sort of run in one direction, north or south. So as soon as one comes in, run down here, and they all stack up, which means only one attacks you. That pretty much concludes the Nightmare Zone part for this. One thing that I will say, that if you cannot get to the 2.5k mark per floor, or it's just taking too long, then don't bring an overload and rock cake down all the way to 1 HP and just use super attacking super strengths. Doing this means you only have to get 1 key points per floor, which is easily achievable, especially after some absorption potions. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the chilling part of this guide. You want to have your invent on gear set up something like this. Obviously you can switch out some stuff for different bonuses and whatever, but this is what I used. I didn't bring too much risk. Obviously, like, I'm going to bring more Chincompas. I'd recommend, well, at the start when you don't really know what you're doing, bring about 200, 300. But as soon as you sort of start to know what you're doing, then you can bring, well, once I did a 10k chin trip, once I sort of got to know what I was doing. So that's 10k chins used in one trip, which is pretty insane, really. But yeah, at the start, don't use too much risk and bring a Ring of Life. I'm not going to be held responsible for people dying, so bring a Ring of Life just in case, because you will be camping very, very low HP. So once you're geared up and you got your pots and everything, you want to go to the Duel Arena. Obviously, prior to doing this, you want to have the ability to use the glider things, and you also want to have the ability to use a Gree. If you do not have a Gree, I recommend going to get one. Obviously, getting a Gree, you have to do the Monkey Madness quest, but don't finish the Monkey Madness quest, okay? So as soon as you get to the part where you bribe the auntie thing for the Gree, just tell it away then, and obviously keep the Gree and don't finish the quest. If you do finish the quest, you cannot get back to Apatow, so do not finish the quest, okay? Okay, once you get here, you want to turn into your Gree and you want to just run straight west until you get to this little sort of hole thing down here. I just thought I would recommend bringing a energy potion. I didn't bring one because I was stupid, but yeah, bring an energy potion. Okay, so we're now at the spot. This is where you need to be, between these two stalagmites, is that right? And what you want to do is you want to have your angle of your camera directed down that way. What you want to do is when all the skeletons are left hand side of this stagmalite, whatever you want to call it, which is left of here, you want to equip your chins. Until then, just wait patiently until they move. If you don't wait till they all go over there, they will start stacking down here, and basically it's just a nightmare. You have to tab and come back. Okay, so now as you can see, they all went over there. And I just equipped my Gree. As you can see, they all go sort of next to these things. This is when you want to range put up and put your red Chincompa on short fuse, which is more accurate, and you just start throwing chins. The first couple are normally just a waste because you know you haven't got many Chincompas. But as time goes on, you get more and more more and more skeletons, and you get started in higher XP drops. This could be anything up to 200k XP per hour, even more if you have Void. The good thing about this, as you can see, I mean, when most people chin, they have to stand under the little pillar thing, so you don't get hit by the rocks. Obviously, I can't stand under a pillar because there's nothing here, which means I'm getting hit by rocks. The way the rocks work, the higher your HP, the more the rocks hit you. So ideally, you want to stay around 20 HP. So if you do accidentally get hit by a skeleton, you can, or you do have time to tab or Ring of Life. Another way that the skeletons can start moving away is if someone runs straight through this little spot and goes into their little chin spot down there, the skeletons will follow them. So if that does happen, then equip your longbow and just basically go and get them. So yeah, pretty awesome really. Easy, fast way to train, and to a certain extent AFKable. A lot easier than camping rock crabs and doing experiments. Okay, so that concludes my 31 prayer guide. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but if you have any questions, obviously leave it down below. Any criticisms, also leave it down below. And any complaints, I guess if you're going to have complaints, I don't see why you'd need to. But also a little thing that I forgot to add. Doing the Nightmare Zone, it will give you the Berserker Ring Imbued, which is your +8 strength bonus at 31 prayer, which not many people have, but obviously it is really, really awesome. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you in a few days for a new PK video. Bye!